Hiya, so I'm just having some breakfast, 2 pieces of wholemeal toast, 400-gram loaf, Marmite and Satsuma on one, and peanut butter and banana on the other. The peanut butter is 15 grams, 4.5 cents. And a decaffeinated coffee with almond milk. I'm going to have to pop into the shop with the kiddies this morning. My partner's not there. He's going swimming. He goes swimming on a Wednesday morning, and I open the shop. And although I'm a bit sort of nervous to take the kids in, I think it will be okay. And it's really good for my partner to keep his routine, because obviously he's now going to go to work. I'm going to join him on Thursday because my mum and dad are looking after the kids, but he's now doing the stretch, and I'll be at home with the kids more. So I'd rather him be able to still take his time, because obviously I'm having a bit more time with the kids and such. So I'm happy to do it. He'll be there about sort of an hour or so into the shop opening, so it won't be that bad. But I am pretty nervous. But it's just gone 8 o'clock. I need to leave at about 9 o'clock, so I've got about an hour. So I'm going to eat my breakfast. I've just been catching up with the Vetka's videos because I haven't really had as much chance to kind of watch very many videos recently. So I've just been so I thought, well, I'll just take a minute out just to catch up with the Vetka. Just watching her just watching the videos I haven't managed to catch up on previous to now. So okay, then I'm going to eat this and drink this, and see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so we're back from the shop. We've done that. I'm having decaffeinated coffee with almond milk. Kiddies had some popcorn and some peanut butter and jam sandwiches. I am just figuring out how I'm going to deal with the food over the next kind of couple of days. We're going to have sort of parties and just trying to sort of figure out. We've got a taster evening tonight, so I was thinking about doing the banana oats thing, but like the biscuits, but because they're sinned, I don't know whether it's a good idea or not. But sometimes there's sinned foods at tasters, so I thought they're very kind of wintry, but they're quite nice. They're quite a nice thing to have. That isn't, it's not full of sugar, so I thought maybe it'd be nice to taste. So I'm going to make some of those for later. I'm now just having a bowl of chilli, so I'm going to try. I've had 1 healthy extra beef and 4.5 sins, so I'm going to try and save the sins for later, just in case, and my other healthy extra beef for later, just in case I want some nuts or anything when I come back from group. So I'm going to go and sit and have some chilli just as a snack. It's about 11 o'clock. And then we're going to quite tidy through the kitchen. Then we're going to do some last sewing for our Christmas presents. Okay, see you in a bit. So this is the chilli I've got. It's quite hot and spicy, but I think it's not too bad. But I was going to still keep the rice for later to make the rice dish. So I think this will be just fine. It's got vegetarian mince in the sweet corn, kidney beans, peas, tomatoes, courgette and all that kind of thing, and basically chili flakes and cayenne pepper. Okay, so I've added some rice to it, but it's just too hot really to eat, so I've just scooped some rice out that I'd already had cooked. Because there's not enough rice here to do a proper kind of dish, I can always bulk it out with some couscous anyway, so I've got some couscous in the cupboard. Okay, so I've just sort of compulsively ate the rest of my son's noodles and sweet corn. He left quite a lot. Obviously the noodles are free because they're dried noodles, sweet corn's free. There's no speed food in that. There's no speed food in that meal, but it had a little bit of cheese left on it and a little bit of mayonnaise left on it. So I think I'm gonna have. I'm sort of overestimating, but I'm going to do 2 sins for the tablespoon of. I think the tablespoon of mayonnaise is lighter mayonnaise. So it says it's 40 calories per tablespoon, so I'm going to go 2 sins on that. So that's 6.5 sins today, and the cheese I will count as my healthy extra A. There wasn't a lot left on it because obviously he'd eaten, you know, he'd sort of eaten most of that with his noodles and kind of left the drier noodles. They're obviously going to have plainer. My daughter ate all her food. So it's now 10 to 1. So I'm okay. I'm just aware, starting to feel a bit groggy. Just aware that have to remember how tricky holidays are. Not because it's hard or anything, or although it is hard, but because I am out of my routine, and my routine keeps me on plan. So I've got a lot of, I'm sort of organised for less of the time. It's just these things will catch me out, or might catch me out rather. Obviously I'm not over my sins or anything, and it's all, you know, all fits in perfectly well. And now I've just got 2 healthy extra A's, 1 healthy extra B, 6.5 sins, so it's not that bad. It's just being aware of my bolster eating tendencies. I'm going to sit now and have, so meal time's over, it's 10 to 1. I'm going to grab a, so I didn't eat anything with them because I'd only just had my chilli, so I wasn't feeling that hungry, so I just did a little bit of washing up. But obviously my body wanted something, so we ate that, ate the noodles. So I'm going to have a hot drink, and I'm going to sit down just and then finish my drink, and then we'll clear the table and we'll carry on with our sewing. If they want to join me, they can, but I think they might just want to have a mess about, but see how that goes. Yeah, so I've got another 3 hours or so before to really start making dinners and such, so I've got 3 hours left to do sewing. I've done a bit of washing up, so that's a little bit of a job done. Yeah, just got to watch my feelings now, watch my tendency to bolster it. I should be okay now, but just got to watch it. Alright, I'm going to go and have a hot drink, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye. So I've decided to have healthy extra nuts, 1 walnut, 5 hazelnuts, 5 cashew nuts, like carbs, so I think that's like 1 cashew nut, well, 4 cashew nuts in all, and 4 almonds. So that's basically 1 healthy extra, quarter of each healthy extra there. So yeah, just back from Slimming World group. Before I went, I was at 7.5 sins. I had a Linda McCartney sausage. No, Cumberland style sausage. I was struggling with a biscuit that my children had made ages ago and was still hanging around, and they weren't eating it, and so it was like going to go to waste, blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff, how your brain plays tricks on yourself. So I'm going to have to add on about 5 sins for that one. It's not what I want to do, but sometimes things happen and you just have to kind of learn from it and move on. I put the rest of the biscuit away in the container, so it should be okay now. It's just a bit of bolster eating, I think, today, that was. So I went to Slimming World. They had a Slimming World party. I made those kind of banana oat biscuits, took them with me, 2.5 sins each.
Saving the well, not saving the knowledge, but fully understanding that no one's going to really want to eat them because they're quite they're not cake, are they? And I didn't know whether anyone would like them, or you know, I think they're yummy, but that's because the journey I'm on is that I'm not having any sugar, so I think that's a really nice thing, a really helpful thing for me to eat. But I ended up bringing most of them back, which my partner was extremely happy about because he likes them very much. He really liked them a lot, so he was. I had to try and make sure he didn't eat them all before I went, but he was very happy that when he came back that there was some that came back with me. And my daughter liked them and my son liked them, so there's another one for each of them for when they wake up. They can have that in the morning if they want it. I put walnuts with it this time, so there were 2.5 sins each. The Slimming World food was obviously I'm sort of trying to do the whole vegan thing, and I didn't want to have any sugars, so there wasn't a lot. There was sort of meat and sweeteners and all sorts of things, so I ended up having one of my things that I'd made and a cucumber, like a little snack cucumber, and some carrot battens. I don't really like eating around people anyway, but obviously everyone else was, so I sort of had a bit, but so that kind of worked out well. So basically that brought me up to about it was 10 sins for the 7.5, but then the 5 on top would have been 15 sins, so that just takes me up to my 15 sins with with the sort of biscuit thing as well, so I'm not over the plan. I think I was been a bit messy with my sins today, here and there, and a couple of kind of bolster eating scenarios with the noodles and the biscuit, but I'm okay with it. It just makes me a bit I don't know, makes my head spin a little bit, so it takes a little while to calm down from these things. But I'm just having now I've just had the caffeinated coffee that my partner's made. Yeah, I've still got a bit of that left, and I'm just having some pasta that I cooked earlier that will be there for our lunch tomorrow. And sorry, it's in my eye. I'm just prepping this for tomorrow. I've kind of got pasta and veg, and I've kind of layered it, so I've got a bit of pasta, then chopped tomatoes, you know, like just sliced tomatoes, and then a bit of pasta, then sliced tomatoes, so that when that all cooks down, it should be pretty good. Just try and find, there's my lid, I slept my lid on there, so that's quite good. I try and make kind of like a sort of a type of salsa with that type of thing, with the vinegar, gherkins and tomatoes and chilli and such like that. But basically I'm going to have that now. I've prepped that's my partner's with the cheese and oregano on top, that's mine with the tomatoes, and I've got some leftover pasta now here, which I'm going to cut up some gherkins and tomatoes with, and then just have some of that. Probably won't necessarily have all of it. I forgot, it's got some sausages in there. I chopped up 3 sausages, which are 3 thins, and it's gone between 1, 2, 3, 4 portions. And also I took some of the mix out to put in this rice thing I made for tomorrow after thing, which is like rice plus basically the veg that I put with the pasta, so peas and peppers and that sort of thing, and then I've just topped it up with some chopped beetroot and chopped gherkins, and chopped apple in it, so just like something free food and speed food that I can eat when I get there. So I there's not a lot of sins in this now, because the sausage mix has been split between kind of 6 or 7 meals, so I'd say I could probably count half a sin for the sausages in there, so I'll probably go for 15.5 sins. today 2 healthy extra B's, 2 healthy extra A's, so maximum maximum Slimming World. But I did I'll show you my book. Got you see that I weighed in at 10 stone 8, which meant I lost 2 pounds, which means that I got my 3 stone award. So I've got my sticky one on the back, and just in the background there you can see I've got my certificate. So I've popped it up here on the top here. I've got, this is where I reached target here, this is where I was 11 stone, and then I stayed there for sort of 6 months maybe. Well, it was from like basically the 3rd, and then I've started to sort of bump down a little bit quite recently, so mere 6 months or more, and I just decided that I really want to make a push to try and lose my belly fat. So I'm going to go, so I want to go down, so I've got to 10 stone, my 10 stone 8.5 mark was my 3 stone, so now I've got my 3 stone, which I've been after for, well, ages. So so I'm really happy about that. It feels kind of weird, but then I've started a new, my partner said, should I like start a new fresh one, because this is where I reached target here, and I've got another target of 10 stone 7 I'd like to get to, and then see how I feel there. Ideally, in my long-term plan, I'd quite like to get to, I'd like to lose 4 stone, so I'd like to be 9 stone 8.5, because I think that will fit me nicely. But I'm happy to take a couple of years to get there. I'm not in a super rush. I feel okay as I am, but so I'm just going to take it slow really. But then this will allow me to have another target piece under here. I don't think they probably will give me another target certificate, probably not, but that'll start my next phase of my journey, as it were. But yeah, so I'm going to eat that, eat my pasta, and then watch some telly. And I've been watching I watched yesterday some Grey's Anatomy on Amazon Prime, so I thought I might watch another episode of that. Kind of just chill out a bit, ready for tomorrow. So I've packed up the food ready for that, so that's that job done. To wait for the washing machine to finish so I can swap that over. Have some food. Gotta just generally just calm down a little bit, finish my sewing first for Christmas presents. Alright, I shall let you know if I eat any more. Might have a bit of fruit after. I shall let you know. Lots of love, guys. Bye.